dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share. Each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable. Hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever we'll stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand. Oh yeah. Blue flag fly. we share, each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. For Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share, each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. We're unstoppable, hear the roar. In blue we trust forevermore. Together we sing hand in hand. But Chelsea forever will stand. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. Chelsea, the dream keeps us strong. Through every challenge we rise, never wrong. With every goal we fly, hearts on fire. The passion unites us, takes us higher. Keep on singing, support never fades. Together we stand in this blue brigade. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag flying high, fly high. From Stamford Bridge, the pride that we share, each kickoff, each moment, it feels so rare. With faith in our hearts, we chase the dream. Through every match day, we're part of the team. The love for our club is a powerful thing. Together we shout, let the victory ring. Tonight is our night. For Chelsea we stand, oh yeah. Blue flag.
Yes, good people? Welcome back to Just Perspective. Welcome to another live match reaction show. And we are back into the top four. It wasn't, again, as easy as that game may have seemed. I get it with missed chances. Cole Palmer, of all people, missed a penalty. But you could say a lot of people probably knew he was gonna miss it. He was lacking in confidence, conviction, whatever you want to call it. He was out of form. I was thinking, one part of me knew definitely he was going to miss that one, and I was just hoping he puts it away, and hoping that was going to be a start to another run of Cole Palmer scoring tons of goals game after game and helping us make it in the top four. Again, it's a match reaction. I hope you're happy. I'm happy. It doesn't matter that Cole Palmer missed a penalty anymore. As long as we won, that's the most important thing. We don't have people in the chat. Only one person, IB, who says that the music makes him want to go to church. If I could get you to go to church, I'd really like it. But for me, yeah, it was a professional performance. We really wanted to win that game. In the end, it wasn't easy, and I suspected it was going to be very difficult under pressure. And you could argue when you have a lot of young players, sometimes your mindset could be an issue. Taking games for granted or seeing a game as one as a mere formality that, yeah, 3 points is already asked and not work for it. But there are a multitude of reasons why, we didn't win as convincingly as a lot of people would have loved to see. We played without a recognized striker. But yeah, a fluid approach, what created a few chances but then put them away. Dante, your thoughts on the overall performance of the game? I think it was a professional performance, not the best, but we deserve to win nonetheless. But let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up, everyone.
Big up to you, Dante.
Yeah, look, 100% we deserve to win the 3 points. So we were definitely the better team, and for us, the 3 points are very important. Like you say, a bit of a professional performance, but I do like we created quite a bit. We got through them quite well. It was just that final decision making, final third, finishing.
Would it be right to say the fluid approach was a huge problem for them? It's just that we didn't take our chances.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was a huge problem. Of course it was. Like I said, we got through them, no problem. It's just that final decision making, that final shot, that that finishing, just that killer instinct at the end there that was lacking a bit. And obviously the penalty miss and a couple of really good chances. Look, we dominated the game pretty much, 70% possession, whatever it was, 60 something, and
It
I think
was
we had 20
57 to
shots,
43.
20 shots, 7 on target. So I mean, when we play well, we usually create around 20 shots, around 7 to 8 on target. So that's a good indicator that going forward we're pretty well. And even though it wasn't like the best game, we still played much better than them and deserved the 3
I
points.
think a lot of people are judging the outcome of the game, of the result, from the perspective of how bad our opponents have been in the league.
No, not really, because we beat Southampton 4-0, so not really. I mean, we really should have had minimum two goals, if not 3 goals in this game as well. So, uh, yeah, look, this type, this the last sort of 10 games of the season, this time everyone's fighting for something. Leicester are fighting; they need points, they need to win, and like I said in the pre-game, they're going to come out, especially that second half. They'll come out. They have to try to score. They have to try to win, get 3 points, and they did that second half. And yeah, we caught them out when we did. So look, it's like I said, important 3 points. You saw it was important to the players at the full-time whistle. Um, we got the 120-year celebration. I think tomorrow they're doing that. I think they're having a function tomorrow. So the win helps that as well. Positive vibes going into that celebration as well, and the functions. The women won as well, 1-0. I was on Ty's channel. He was doing the watch-alongs for both.
Yeah, James scored. I think I got there a lot.
James scored there as well. So yeah, positive vibes for the celebration. So that's important moving forward. And yeah, like we deserved it. So I'm okay. I'm okay because we created quite a lot. 20 shots, like I said, 7 on target, missing the penalty. We created a lot. We looked pretty fluid, even though not having a striker up there, a proper striker. So it worked.
I've
It
always
still
preferred
did pretty well in my
a
opinion.
fluid approach than using the more
Yeah.
traditional method.
So it was still pretty good. I was
No,
quite.
it was
I'm okay with the performance.
professional performance. Again, it's our issues up front is understandable. We're playing with non, you can say, no recognizable striker. The fluid approach is not something we've done throughout the season. We've been fluid, but not as fluid as you can say, as we are right now, because we don't have a striker. I'll come back to you. I had a little conversation on X with somebody with regards to Cole Palmer's situation.
Mhm.
Let's say, what do we have here? This says, big up to you too. Big up. A disappointing performance got a win. A win is a win. We got the job done. What again by Neto? He did well. Didn't just cap it up with a goal. Yeah, he had it was a good performance from him. But I get where you're coming from, IB, and I
He didn't score, coach.
what else do we have here? Why was Jorgensen dropped? I don't know. As the manager, Sanchez did well too, but an early drama could have led to him conceding from another mistake. Yeah, we were lucky.
Yeah, that early brain fade from the fresh shaved
Yeah,
head of Sanchez. Yeah, that nearly cost us a goal.
when he came out the
He was back.
ball,
He
but
was back to
wasn't
his best.
convinced in terms of what he wanted to do. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that was his error. It wasn't Tosin. I saw some people blaming Tosin for that. I'm like, what are you blaming Tosin for? Sanchez was out, completely out. Got a little bit of a touch on the ball, and then that's why Tosin got put off by it. But he
Mhm.
was in no man's land. He didn't know what he was doing, and that was very bad from Sanchez. Again, I'll go down to the IQ. When it comes to those moments, he always seems to let down in those moments. He commits to something and then he kind of rethinks it, and then he doesn't go to plan, and it costs us a goal. We
Yeah,
know 5 goals
rethinks his
already this
decision
season from his
halfway.
errors.
He rethinks his decision in the process of you can say in the process of applying his initial decision, which usually
Correct.
leaves him in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, but I hope the manager knows what he's doing. I'm not sure. Palmer must be missing Jackson. You could argue maybe the presence of Jackson will make a difference. But here's the thing. That brings me, and big up to you, Ty. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Again, I did visit your show. I did visit your platform, but it doesn't look like you're able to see the comments. I'm not sure why that was the case. That here's the thing. I had a little conversation with somebody on X where I said Kopama's issue is lack of confidence, and the person argued otherwise. He said no, he's just out of form. I think part of it, you could say it's a bit of both. Mainly for me, from what I've seen of late, the fact that he could have scored 3 goals on that about you could say 20 minutes just to be safe in terms of the time frame
Yeah.
against Southampton, you could see that he of late he doesn't hit the ball with conviction like he feels like he's gonna score.
Yep. And
So
form
what
is
do you think is
confidence,
his
coach.
issue? Would you say it's a confidence thing, or would you say he's just out of form, like the person in question argued?
It's pretty much the same thing, to be honest. It's very, very. They relate very much together. We were
Yeah, I
talking
mean
about
there's a
this.
slight difference, but for instance, out of you could say the out of form could be driven by his lack of confidence. But go ahead with what you're
Correct.
saying.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit of both because that's intertwined together when that happens. So, like I was saying, we spoke about it with Ty. The penalty, I knew he was going to miss the penalty. I looked at his body language, but I saw his run up. The run up for me, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that in his penalties. That run up, body closed up, face down. Yeah, very low confidence. So when I saw that, I'm like, he's missing that penalty. No chance he's scoring that penalty, and unfortunately he missed it. Also, when especially the last 2-3 games, when he receives the ball in tight areas, he's not he doesn't want to turn and take the player on. He's gonna turn the other way and pass sideways or back.
And
So that's
he
huge for
made
me. You
quite
can see
he's made quite a few mistakes in the middle. I mean, the middle area, leading to
yeah,
us having to defend to not concede.
yes.
And that's not something that's common. He loses the ball too much now. For me, clearly it's a confidence issue.
Well,
The
that's
good
why.
player, yeah.
Thanks for the tap-in, coach.
But go ahead with what you were saying.
Professional tap-in. Well done.
It's my thing, right?
It's your thing. You're a pro at that one. You're one of the best in the business for that one. um, yeah, it's 100% a confidence thing. Penalty, and seeing that, especially in the last, most of the last three games, but definitely the last two, Copenhagen in this game, he
Mhm.
does not turn and takes people on. Before that, you'll see him confident, take him on, put the ball through the legs, try to dribble around them. He's not doing that anymore, and that's confidence. His head down, passing it back, passing it sideways, not risking it, not doing it. That's 100% confidence. Yep.
I don't know why the person is arguing otherwise. If he was just out of form, you, I mean, it's clear. I think maybe partly both, but mainly confidence issue. It's become clear in my opinion. We have Bobby in the house. Bobby, big up to you. I appreciate you finding time to join us. Before I bring you on, let's hear what Vic, what agenda he has now. Palmer was already found out for 6 weeks before Jackson got injured. Try another excuse. Yeah, I'd say,
No,
I'd say probably you could argue the presence of Jackson might help, but
it is. It
he's
does.
not
He links
struggling
up
due to
very
the
well
absence of
together.
Jackson.
Yes.
So Vic is correct. Forget how he phrased it. Palma, you could argue, was already found out before Jackson got injured. Go ahead, Dante. Were you saying something so we can bring Bobby on to speak?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. They link up very well. I think pretty much nearly all of Jackson's assists are to Palmer. So yeah, they link up very well together. And don't forget, Jackson draws out a defender when he drags the defender out as well quite a lot. That opens up space as well. So yes, 100%. But still, still he's very much very low confidence at the moment. I've never seen him take a penalty like that. Like I said, that's not his style. That's not how he takes penalties. So as soon as I saw it, I knew his confidence is low and he's going to miss this penalty. It wasn't the worst of penalties, but it wasn't in the corner either. It was a savable penalty. So even though it was a pretty good save as well, but you know what I mean. Yeah. And Vic still with the agenda. Maresca is not helping a single play at Chelsea, in my opinion. What do you mean by that, Vic? What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you mean by that. A single play at Chelsea. Sorry, coach, you talking? You're muted. Sorry.
Yeah, Bobby, if you if
Yeah.
you can hear me, sorry, I muted myself again because noise was coming from outside, and this
Okay,
place
I
is
wasn't
not
sure. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure.
soundproof properly yet. Bobby, I'm sure you can hear me. Cole Palmer situation. What do you make of it? A confidence
Yeah.
issue, or he's just out of form? Like I've already talked about how somebody argued that confidence isn't the problem; that he's just out of form. I'm not sure
Mm.
what to make of that argument. But let's hear you, Bobby, before we talk about the game overall.
Yeah, I mean, there's several things. One, he's a young player, and a young player still under development, so he's developing. Two,
That's an
yes, he
excellent point, really. That's an excellent point.
two, yes, he has lost confidence, which is natural and which is something that will happen to young players. There are reasons for that. One, I really, really believe that. Having Jackson beside him really helps him. You know, the rhythm and the movement of Jackson is something that enhanced his game and he got very used to. Um, Taking that away, plus the fact that he's losing confidence a little bit at the moment, and the fact that he's more of a marked man, and this is something that gives me a little bit of concern. You know, people are banging on Esteval Williams, Esteval Williams. I'm like, look, we really have to give this guy time, this boy time, because one, he's still a child. Two, the Premier League will suss him out really quickly. Three, he's not particularly one with all the physicality in the world. And, we have to give him time, as we're going to have to give Palmer time. The only place I really blame Maresca is he should have been rotating Palmer. There is not a top team in the world that does not have the ability to rotate their top players. Even if the player coming in is not quite as good, but they should be, good enough to give the best. We missed that trick with Jao Felix, although I've already had that discussion with Dante, and he raised some very interesting and important points. But the fact is, I think Maresca didn't really manage him optimally enough. But we are where we are. Palmer will be back. but it's quite clear he has lost confidence. Yeah, it's probably, if he's going to miss a penalty, it's better this one than in the final of one of the cup competitions we're in. And hopefully he finds his feet by the time we get to the World Club Cup, because I'm looking at that competition extremely seriously. But that aside, that's a long way to go at the moment. But that aside, I think he will benefit from a returning Jackson, who himself will have to find his match legs. And he's suffering a little bit from the stupidity of what we did in January. But hopefully, we can crawl out of this situation with our offensive players at the moment.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Bobby. How about the overall performance? You haven't said anything about that. And just
Yeah,
quickly, Bobby, here's something I agree with you, and I think I've already talked about it a bit. I fault Maresca for not finding a way to create a healthy competition between João Felix and Cole Palmer, even rotating them.
exactly.
And Cole Palmer, you could argue chances are he's mentally tired. It does come across
Mm,
to some extent that that's the case. I think he's overplayed him,
that's an
even
additional thing. Yeah,
yeah, even coming out openly to say, yeah, he's trying to find a way to play Cole Palmer and João Felix together, but right now it's Cole Palmer. I don't think that was okay. If I was if I was João Felix at the time, I'd feel bad too.
mm.
So I'm here to play second fiddle to someone. I think he missed a great opportunity to create a healthy competition between the two players, and that you could say had they done that, it do Cole Palmer a world of good, like you would say. But Bobby, your overall thoughts on the game overall?
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. You can't manage Chelsea with small club mentality because you've got to be able to rotate big players. That aside, I haven't seen the game yet. I'd listened to it. And although it's debatable, because when you're listening to something, you're more or less picking up the opinion of the person you're listening to. But I think we're suffering up front. The fact that we still have five somewhat strikers out: Jackson, Gui, Madweke, um, Mudrik, who's on the naughty boy step, um, and who's the fifth one I'm thinking of that always misses my mind. We are not in a healthy offensive position at all. Part of it, yeah, Felix was the one I was thinking of, who we sent away. Now, we are not in a healthy offensive position at all, part of which is that we our options of how to create striking conundrums are limited. And I think that showed today. A team like Leicester is a team that should be picking three or four out of the net against us at home. As it stands, I think we somewhat struggled, so I've heard from the commentary, um, to even put away one. And yet again, in a game that we had to play without Reece James, we're missing something in terms of our danger at getting to goal. So I think this is one that we have to take with both hands because we really needed it. An opportunity to get into the top four again and keep the conversation going. But boy, oh boy, I don't know what we're going to do come the game at the Emirates.
Just quickly for the game at the Emirates, are we going to have any of our recognized strikers back?
Apparently not.
None.
Gee might be back. Only Gee might be back. Yeah.
Only Gui might be back, but even at that, I think would be better off actually playing them with a more fluid approach. But maybe the guys playing should put the chances away, or maybe try Nkunku centrally. I get it; it's a fluid approach. Even if he starts centrally, we'd still see him on the flanks. I think he'd be better off starting centrally. Dante, what do you think?
I would
Because
keep
I get here's
Neto.
the thing: if you
I'll keep Neto
understand
the way it is
football,
at the moment.
yeah, just quickly, if you don't mind, if you understand football, you can see how he helps us control games, manage games, not play too much of a rush, know when to go back and go forward. But still, I think he's a bit useless on the flanks. But let's hear you.
Talking about Neto.
No, talking about Nkunku. Even though it's a fluid
Yeah.
approach, I'd rather him start in the central position. I
Oh
think
yeah.
he'd do a lot more. He'd be more effective there. Even I get it. It's a fluid approach, but starting on the flanks, he's looked ineffective. But you'd have to understand football very well to know that yeah, he brings something to the table even on the flanks. But let's hear you.
Well, look, today he played mostly central. Like I told you, I thought that was going to happen. Cucurella will play basically like a left winger when we're in possession, and that's exactly what happened. Nkunku went in more centrally, just dropped back a little bit as well, trying to get more possession. And yeah, I mean, look, he did okay, but again, he didn't stand out. He didn't have a shot on goal. Like he had one. Sorry, he did. He didn't really do too much offensively or link up that well either. So a bit of a disappointing performance by him again. I think it was a good game for him, especially when we're so offensive. You know, we're very offensive. You got a guy overlapping on your left. You're more central. You got Palmer in the center. You got Neto there. Enzo Fernandez was pushing in that at 10 as well. So there was a lot of support around him there, but somehow he wasn't really linking it up very well. He dropped quite deep a few times back into really deep midfield to pick up the ball. A little bit better there. He was able to get in the game a bit more and then distribute and draw one of the defenders out. I saw that. I think that was the tactic. That was Maresca instructing that tactic to get him more involved, but also drag his man away. And that worked a little bit because we counted it a couple of times really well doing that. So, but overall, still quite a disappointing game from him. I thought this was a good game for him, especially how we're so attacking, and really he can play a free role in that role, and really have a much better game. Especially he didn't do too bad in the last game, so I thought maybe he turned a little bit of a corner, but unfortunately, again, didn't quite do well enough in my opinion. I think and I think him playing like you say as a striker. Well, we've seen the worst of him there, to be honest. So I think, I
He
think
is
that's
even Cole Palmer that was substituted in the 79 minutes. He and Kunku and he missed a penalty too. Played 89 minutes. He's the
Mhm.
least rated player on our side. Go ahead, Dante. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, coach. Look, I was telling Bobby earlier because he didn't know that he came off. I'm like, Cole Palmer actually came off early in a game, which was interesting to see. That was a bit of a surprise, actually, that he came off that early. It's not like the game was comfortable and, we were 3-0 up or something. So that was a big surprise to see Cole Palmer come off. Good move. I've been asking for that for a while. If it's not happening, just take him off, put someone else on, no problem. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. But like you say, yeah, look, Nkunku, lowest rating, that tells you a lot. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, not a good game for him.
It wasn't. Let me catch up with what we have in the house in the chat.
How
We have
did
Kai.
Wesley? How did
Yeah, go ahead,
Wesley
Bobby.
play? How did Wesley Fofana play?
He did well. He
It was
finished
okay. It was
a
good.
rating of 7.3, but even without seeing his rating, if you watched the game, you'd see his presence made a difference.
He is a good player. It's just keeping him
Yeah,
fit.
we've always known that he's a good player. Our concern has always been his injury record.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's perfect. There are areas I'd like to see him improve.
Yeah.
Rash decision making in most cases. But I think had he been playing consistently since he joined us, had he not been sidelined by injuries on 10,000 times, I'd say probably he'd be one of the leaders in our back line today. He has
Yeah.
everything: aggression, power, pace, and the way he drives with the ball. He actually played like a traditional right back today, and he was good at it.
Did he play 90 minutes?
He was
No,
73.
he came off
He
for
was
Chalaba.
taken off in the 73rd minute.
70
Hopefully,
minutes. Yeah.
it was nothing. It was just a precaution because he hadn't played for a while.
That's enough.
Yeah, that was planned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me catch up. We'll come back. We'll get Ty's opinion. Go ahead. Were you saying something? Go ahead, Bobby. All right.
No, I wasn't. No,
Vic
I
is saying,
just muted.
okay. Vic is saying, why would you understand Poch brought out the best in Jackson, Palmer,
Mhm.
and Gusto? All these are now a shadow of themselves. Maresca is too one-dimensional. You need to tailor your tactics accordingly. Wow. One argument that I will never align with is that Maresca is one dimensional. No, I think you're just going by the basics of his approach. But that's just my opinion anyway, and you're entitled to yours. And you have agenda against Maresca. You have a Maresca agenda, and also let me say this quickly: you still work for Poch. Do we
Yeah,
need to lose?
yep. He's really missing those barbecues.
Do we need to lose before you see our issues, Coach? I know where our issues lie, and I'm not gonna pretend. But I'm not gonna blame the manager for our issues. I'm not gonna blame the manager for Cole Palmer struggling. Do I think Malo Gusto will be better utilized as a traditional fullback? Yeah, I think so. But here's the thing: one thing we have not been paying attention to. The primary reason the manager invites him is just to overload areas. Then, if he improves at implementing the role as an inverted fullback and then adds assists and goals to his performances, then yeah, it's excellent. But because he does the primary things that the manager wants him to do by operating as an inverted fullback, I think the manager is okay with it, in my opinion. But I get where you're coming from. It would be, let me see what else he's saying here. It would be arrogant to not look at Maresca. This is not about bomb kissing. It's analyzing the game. Poor game management. Nah, I disagree with you. I don't know how much Pochettino is paying you, but it's okay. Obi Kerere, Obi. Oh, it'd be nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Greetings to you. It's been a minute. What happened? Did you change your account? I know uh you were a moderator. I'm not sure what happened. I'll take care of that later. Let's see what else we have here. Backing Maresca for success is one thing. Analyzing Maresca's approach is another thing. You needed to be more realistic. Here's the thing: convince me. That's why we're here. I've heard Dante critique him. I'm not sure, but I haven't heard him critique him today. I don't think Maresca is perfect, but I know I think he's the right man for the job. There are things that I feel like he should be doing differently, and I've mentioned one. Let's see what else we have here.
Yep.
That they're cooking you today. Cucurella did well, and couldn't even attempt. Cucurella is an excellent player, and I'm glad I was one of those that backed him when everybody turned against him. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, coach. Now, okay, yeah. No, I'm not joining your agenda. Just go away, Vic. Sancho somehow regressed. No, he was excellent today. Finished again with 8.0. One of our top
He was
rated
good.
players.
The right hand side, he's a different player on the right
Yeah,
hand side. I think he's
yeah.
much
Here now,
better.
you know, Ty. You know I don't respect you, so I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Dante talk more about Sancho playing on the right hand side before I come back to you. Go ahead, Dante.
I'll keep it short, tight. Yeah, look, and that's one thing I actually I was critical about Maresca. I've been wanting him to move Sancho to that right hand side for a very long time, and a couple of games now he's played in a row there. I think he's done very, very well. Didn't get the goal today or assist, but he still played very well. Got the penalty, which is basically an assist, and he played well. He caused them problems. That's most of our attacks were coming from there. He was causing them a lot of problems from there. So, look, he had a very good game in my opinion. He did pretty good. Didn't quite get an assist or a goal, like I said, but on that right hand side, it suits his skill set. He played his best football there for Dortmund. He played his football on the right hand side, and that's where he played his best. So I really like him on that side. You can use his left foot. He can cut in on the left hand side. He just goes down the line, turns back, cuts back in. Doesn't really shoot with his right. Okay, so but he can do that on the left. He can cut in. He can go on the outside. He can go on the inside. He can come back, cut across. Can shoot. Way better on that right hand side. He causes a lot more problems, especially with his dribbling style. You saw that today in the penalty. People think it's just that's not easy to do. His skill is very, very high level. His technical skill, close ball control.
You could
It's
say today our most dangerous attacks came from his side.
they all came from that right
Yeah.
hand side. Yeah, yeah. Except when Cucurella scored, of course, when he was problems. He causes defenses problems. He's a bit predictable on the left hand side because you know what he's going to do. It's a bit like Madueke on the right hand side. You know what he's going to do on that right hand side. It's a bit more predictable. So yes, I'm very happy that he's there on the right hand side, and hopefully he continues on that right hand side.
All right. Just one moment, Ty. Big up, coach. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciating the upgrade. Why did Reece James not play? Just being cautious. I don't think we need him in this game. Honestly, there are far more important games. Like
He
for
was sick,
instance, the
coach.
game, our home
He
game.
had a fever.
Okay, even if he had the fever, for me, I don't think we need them. But as you hear from Dante, he had a fever. I think we need him. Even if again, for me, if I were the manager, even if he was fit enough to play, I wouldn't risk
Oh,
him.
who's this who had a fever?
Yeah,
Reece James.
Oh, Reese. Oh,
I hope
yeah,
it's.
but yeah,
I
I
hope it's
agree. I
really
wouldn't even
FIFA,
play him
FIFA,
again.
so to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
He played
wouldn't have
90
played
minutes as
him.
well. So yeah, I don't think he would have played anyway, most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm Yep, you've heard that illness. Yep, thank you for the update. It's a different account, coach. This one has YouTube Premium from Nigeria. Apricot price. Okay. All right, Ty, let's hear you. A few things we want to hear from you about Cole Palmer's situation. Loss of form, um, loss of confidence, a bit of both. What do you think? And the overall performance, let's hear you. Ty, apologies for keeping you waiting. And by the way, your camera looks beautiful. It's gonna be excellent for the Blue Chelsea Alliance show.
Yes. Big up. I'm
So,
happy that.
Ty, just before you talk, I just have to get this in. Watching you and your evolution on YouTube is just amazing. You've done so well. I'm so proud of you. I have no words for you, honestly.
We've
Remember
come a
how
long
Ty
way.
was back in the day, and
Oh
Yeah,
my.
and
Oh
he
gosh.
just, man, I love you, my brother. Really, you're doing
yeah.
so well.
Okay.
Really.
He was a baby then. Now he's a kid.
Okay. Oh boy.
Go ahead, Ty. Let's hear you.
This Bobby's going to make me cry now. Anyways. Oh gosh. Right. Cole Palmer. Um. oh, anyways. All right.
Yeah, sorry,
Don't
I
blush,
didn't mean to
Bobby.
do that, but you've got to
Yeah.
be told. Where with
Um.
you? Where with you, bro?
Right. Yeah. With Cole Palmer. Right. I mentioned this on this stream I was doing not long ago. I was saying to Dante as well. You can see that he's not confident. I reflect on the Copenhagen game as well, and I remember how he looked. He had facial hair, and usually we don't see Coupon with facial hair. So he looked as if a person, that is struggling, mentally. They're having confidence issues. They feel as if they're in a very low place. And I don't remember what game it was. I still don't remember which match it was. He was saying something about he tweeted something or he posted on Instagram. He said I'm happy that the boys were able to get the win and something about scoring. And then he said he'll be back soon, and he's disappointed he didn't score, something along those lines. So you can tell that he's thinking about it. And definitely I heard you say that you were talking to somebody on X and they were saying that it's not a case of him lacking confidence. It is, because you think about the fact of the season he had last season. He scored 20 goals, 20 plus goals, I should say. um you don't have a season like that, knowing that you played such a key role in what the team did, and then you are struggling to score goals now, and it's not confidence related. Because I said it earlier as well that you we know that when Cole Palmer takes shots, usually would at least hit the crossbar. The goalkeeper would have to try to stop it, but no, he shoots and it's going wide of the goal. It's not even on target. So it shows that there's
It
something.
just seems as if he's shooting and hoping to get lucky and he goes into the
Yeah,
net.
exactly, and that's the case, and you can see. And sometimes you look at his facial expression, you can see that he's frustrated, he's disappointed by everything that's happening. So definitely, for sure, it is confidence related. The only unfortunate thing, and you guys have mentioned about Joao Felix in the past and even recently. That's the unfortunate thing. You don't have anybody that can give him that break, because he needs a break. Not because he's not good enough, but because, well, technically he's not good enough in terms of psychologically, because it's affecting him now. And I don't know. You can't. I don't think you can play a player into form when it gets to this point. You have to give him that chance to. Oh my god! I just saw what Vic said. But yeah. Yeah. It is unfortunate. We don't have anybody to really allow him to get that break, get that chance to just take a pause and reflect and to take the focus off him, because it's gonna be him. We know about what happened with the former manager. It's a case of he was vital to what that manager was able to do, and without Cole Palmer scoring the goals that he did, especially against teams like Man United to get the win and last minute and all of that, we would have finished at a position lower than where we did. So definitely it is confidence wise. In terms of the game, it could have been better. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. A win is a win. Getting a goal from Cucurella is good, because it's good that we can get goals
He
from
deserves
anywhere.
that goal.
Yeah, he did. And a lot of people are saying, and I agree, he is a contender for player of the season. He has improved a lot this season, and I hope that it continues. My only concern is that we don't have anybody to really push him even further right now. And I don't want it to be a case where he's the only left back that we have available. We have left backs at academy level. I don't think any of them are going to be brought in, and I would not like to depend on Levi Cole. And we have to manage his games. I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday, um, because I don't know. Gusto was supposedly not injured, or he should have been okay. I don't know if it's a case where he's being rested, because he wasn't on the bench. James obviously illness, but yeah, I mean, with Cole Palmer, I hope he gets better, but I just don't think he should be playing right now, because he's he's having confidence issues, and when it gets to that point, it's gonna get worse. Dante mentioned it earlier. It's past that 5 game margin now, so that's when it's bad, because if it's 5 games consistently, you know that things are getting worse. So
Dante,
yeah,
I know
for
you've
sure,
played
yeah.
football before. Ty, just quickly, Dante, you have to show us your research. I'm not buying your 5 game. Show us your research paper for me to start believing that. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, I've always said that when things are going bad, you can tell that it's gonna be bad, because you can see the glimpses of, okay, things are going that way. I remember the Brighton FA Cup loss. He scored. It was a very weird goal. He took the shot, and then the goalkeeper punched it into the net. After that match, things started to implode. He started performing to the level where you barely see him in a match for sure. Um, I don't know. It's a sticky situation, because we don't have anybody who can play there. And Kunku playing there, I don't think you're gonna get anything from him. And I just don't see where Nkunku fits into this team. I generally don't. Sometimes he has little glimpses of, okay, this is why we signed him. Other moments, you're wondering, why is he even at the club? So it's a strange one. But I don't know. He's gonna have to play, because we have nobody else to play in that position, and that will give you that impact. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens for sure.
I have a question, something that really intrigues me. Coach, you're mute.
Saying quickly, Bobby, Bobby, I would like to hear that your question. Ty, I was saying quickly, Ty, when you say that he's gotten to a stage where the manager has to play him until he plays him back into form, because you can't stop dropping him on the bench. I think if you drop him, it gets worse. Except if the case is that he's mentally tired.
Mm. Um, yeah, that's I was alluding to that. I'm saying that the situation right now is that you're gonna try to play him into form, and we saw that happen last season with Jackson. When he was struggling, he was constantly being played and played and played and played, and the hope was that something would click and he'd start to perform well. In the end, it did not work out that way, and then we obviously know how he started off the season. Um, I understand, if you do bench him, it may do more bad than good. So perhaps that wouldn't be the best thing, unless, as you said, it is he's mentally tired. If that's the case, and he speaks and to the manager, and the manager says that, okay, we're gonna give you this chance, to really, regroup, um try to take the spotlight off you, because the spotlight is on him. He has to deliver, because that's the narrative. You can't have a season that you did last season and not show that it's not a one-off season, and it's not just a purple patch. So that all of that should make him mentally tired. I keep referring to Dante, but it reminds me of what Dante said, and Bobby mentioned it earlier, about in December, where we know that he looked as if he was nursing an injury and he was playing well. He had somewhat of a knock. Sometimes his knee would buckle, and sometimes he's running and you see like he doesn't perform the same. And even in this match, he's going backwards, sideways, all of that. You can see the confidence isn't there, because the Cole Palmer that is in form, or performs with confidence, he's going to be taking on players. He's going to try to do trickery, trying to nutmeg players. He wasn't doing that. He was taking the safer route. So I don't know if it's injury related. I'd hope it's not. If it's confidence related, then you have an easier fix for that. But at the same time, as I said, it's complicated, because if you bench him, you run the risk of him getting into a very dark place as to, okay, nothing's going his way. And if you keep playing him and he keeps not scoring goals, it's going to be the same or similar situation that, okay, things are still not going his way. And the penalty miss, I hope he doesn't take it to heart, because you know he's probably going to say to himself, "Oh, even from the spot, I can't even score. So, what's going to change?" It's concerning for sure, man. It's really concerning.
Hi, were you still speaking or you're through? Okay. Okay, Bobby, I haven't forgotten about your question. Just give me 1 second. Vic is saying here Ty is using a camera from Elon Musk now. That's an upgrade from Timu. I have shopped on Timu before. The sizes you see, you get something that on display looks at it's you could say 12 feet square. When you buy it, it'll be like a feet square. All right. But Ty, put yourself together. If you need a hanky, I can ship one to you as quickly as possible. Let's see what we have here. And that's the blue to game. A brother I hate to love. Much love to you, brother. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Big up to you too, brother. And here
Big
we
up, Vic.
have Vic saying, just watch how Ateta uses Odegaard versus how Maresca uses Palmer. It's not rocket science. Maybe it is.
Wow.
Jesus
Gee,
Christ.
I thought there was some hope for Vic, but after this and seeing a couple of comments, I think, yeah, there's no hope for that guy.
It's Sunday. Probably he's had a few shots. It's not different personal and technically different. I'm dying here. He's an agenda merchant. Anything else here that I haven't addressed? If Palmer is having confidence issue, what's in Kunkus? Yes, then Kunkus isn't confidence issue at this point. At first, it was him coming across as if he was disinterested. Now, I'm blaming the manager for him not performing 100% because he has not been effective on the flanks or as a winger. So the manager should try him elsewhere. If it was a confidence issue, I'd say confidence. That's something much worse than confidence. That I made that up, and
He wasn't a
I'm
winger,
sure
though.
you know. Do you still let him take penalty in this form? Here's the thing. My take on this before we hear Bobby ask his question. Cole Palmer is that sort of player. Even if he tries to take the next penalty and misses it, you leave him. If he says he wants to take the next, he wants to take the next one. Let him take it. Except if he decide no, I can't. Just let him go. That's just my opinion. Um, let's see what else we have here. Mentally tired. He's right there. Arrest him. Officers, okay. Good Tim Palmer doesn't play for Madrid or those toxic Italian clubs. I think we're worse than those clubs in question. Our fans are worse, actually. But Palmer, I
Yep.
think, because of how well, it's not like his that excellent performance under Pochettino was 7 years ago. It was just last season, and he started this season well. So Chelsea fans, he hasn't gotten to a stage where they turn against him. We're not there yet. Those fans could have eaten him alive. We will be patient and display serenity for a good reason. You can't force it. I think he's loved by the fan base. It would take a lot for them to turn against him. This team got more sticks last season with Pochettino. Still, Jackson and Palmer got through. It's not a confidence issue. Maresca needs to step up his man management skills. There's no agenda. Okay, you win.
Yeah.
Bobby, we're ready for your question whenever you're ready.
Said Pochettino 4 times now. No agenda.
Yep, he works for him. That's what I get from the way he's mentioned him. Bobby, if you're there, we're waiting for your question.
Yeah, I mean, before I do my question bit, I'll just lend a little word to this Palmer situation. Um, I think he just needs to be rotated. He hasn't been
Okay.
rotated. Should have been rotated all the way back back way then. I'm talking about in December, maybe even November. And it this leads me on to the next question. I keep hearing Nkunku can't play here, Nkunku can't play there, Nkunku can't even play on the pitch. Whereas Nkunku was at Leipzig, and I've seen him play on the wings at Leipzig. He was quite deadly on the wings. And when he came to us after being out for a year injured, or actually, before he went out, well, he was injured at Leipzig, came back to us in the preseason, and then got injured again. So didn't play much football. But you know, when he was in preseason with us, he was playing second striker to Jackson. They were teaming up very well. Then he would drop back and play that 8/10 position. So I think Nkunku can rotate with Palmer, just that he hasn't been doing it. And I think because he hasn't been utilized in that position, somewhere along the line, even his confidence, yes, even his confidence has been knocked a bit. But you know, he has to be tried. I think he has to be rotated with Palmer sometimes. Palmer shouldn't be given the full 90 minutes of games, and sometimes he should come up off the bench. Why do I say this? This mental tiredness that we are perhaps supposing has happened to him, I think it's more related to the fact that he's more of a marked man. And when you're a marked man at this level, you've got to be able to use your brain in a different way to evade your markers, to make your dribbles and so on. I have noticed, and not just in this game, that for a while, you know, he's been pulling away from 50-50s. He's been a little bit less inclined to take on a tackle after he's received one or two rather crunching tackles from defenders. Now, that's English football. They will notice this and they will be encouraged by it. The defenders will be encouraged by it. I remember, was it Nottingham Forest we played? And they saw, you know, he's a slight, you know, skinny chap. They clattered him once. You know, he got up, the referee ignored it, someone else came, clattered him again, he got hurt, and then he stopped dribbling. You know, he stopped going for 50-50s, he stopped dribbling. And is that going to be happening? Yes, it is. But he needs to be clever. He needs to find new ways to evade his marker, to avoid tackles, to dribble when necessary, and the greatest key for a striker of that nature is to draw the referee's attention to it. Look to be clattered in the box. Look to be clattered in areas that the referee has no choice other than to either brandish cards, give you penalties, dangerous free kicks, and so on. His brain has to change in terms of how he applies himself on the game in the game, and he'll do it. He does it from time to time. He just needs to do it more consistently, and sometimes I think it will serve him well if he comes off the bench. I mean, I'll never forget the Euro final where he was on the bench. Everybody was kicking and screaming as to, you know, getting him on. And when he came on, he nearly changed the game for England, because he'd been there watching. He saw the weaknesses. He saw what he needed to do. So yeah, the coach has to start to utilize him differently, and he has to reapply himself differently. Part of that, as I've said, this is why I say he misses Jackson. Part of that is that when you are the singular threat, it's easier for the opposition to come at you. But when there are other options, like Jackson running this way, maybe Neto as well, when they're there together, he has just that little bit more other distractions to be able to do his thing. That's my take on him.
Well, so Bobby Histon, Dante, before we discuss whether we were denied a penalty or two. Histon, Cole Palmer's situation reminds me of Mason Mount when he was one of our best players at the time. And I think we started talking about how it's clear that it was clear at the time that Thomas Tuchel values his energy, his industry, his presence more than even the skill he brings to the team as a player. At one point, he was so tired, it was obvious his decision making at the time was reflective of the fact that he was mentally tired, but Thomas Tuchel kept playing him until you could argue majority of the fan base turned against Mason Mount. So I'm just saying, even if his case is even if the fact is that he's lost his lost confidence, maybe he needs a break. And once again, it brings me to where the only one thing that comes to mind if I'm trying to find fault, something to blame Enzo Maresca for, man management, and I think a lot of people will agree with that. But Dante, I don't know if you want to add anything to that. Even if you want, let me give those in the chat the microphone. I'll come back to the panel. I think Cole Palmer needs a break, irrespective of whether he pops off in the right places or at the right time. A break will do him a world of good. Coach, if by some miracle we're still in the game versus Arsenal in the dying minutes and we get a penalty, who is your taker, Palmer or Nato? I don't know how good Nato is at dispatching penalties. Nkunku can take a good penalty. Reece James, if he's on the pitch, is an excellent penalty taker. I trust Reece James than Nato and Nkunku, actually, in my opinion.
Palmer for me.
Okay, if he wasn't on the pitch.
Oh, if he's not on the pitch,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Enzo Fernandez.
Oh, okay. I don't know how good it is. I think the one I remember was one that I think the goalkeeper stopped it. He didn't even stress the goalkeeper. Correct me if I'm mixing things up. Yep. Get yourself together,
Yeah,
Dante.
West Ham last season. He missed it.
Yeah. So I still remember that. United are about to come back another win over us now. Oh, are they winning?
They're winning, yes.
Okay. Big up Tommy Bryan, the panel. Did you see our Irish account farmer putting in a captain's performance? Who is that name?
I don't get that. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to say.
Tommy, be more specific. You saw player management. I have to agree. And I think Dante, to an extent, I don't know. I don't speak for him. Maybe agrees to that. Okay, let's see what I see. Javier Jude, the CEO of Chelsea FC Jingles, is in the house. I was unable to finish the game, but at least we take a narrow escape win courtesy of Cucurella. What a performance by Cucu today. Palmer is tired to the extent of missing the penalty.
Yeah.
He possibly needs some day off the bench. Yeah. What else do we have here? After Palmer, I will take.
I really have to ask another question. I
go ahead.
really have to ask this question.
Yeah, go ahead. Once you're done, let Dante take it from there. Go ahead.
Why is it that whenever we're playing Arsenal, they always come in with all the advantages, from the referees to the VAR officials to the players on the pitch to our injury list, and now their midweek fixture is a gimme. They're going to rest goodness knows how many players because they're going in with a 7-1 lead. And you just ask yourself, why is it that every time They never have any sort of real bad injuries. Yeah, you can say Jesus and Saka, but quite to be honest, they have more than enough to compensate for those guys. And you just wonder, what is it that makes our fixture against Arsenal always have us turning up at a disadvantage? Always.
All right, Dante, two questions for you. One is personal from Bobby, and you can say a question you can argue every Chelsea fan, a real Chelsea fan would agree with. But your response, Dante, let's hear you.
To the Bobby one, or
Two
which one?
questions. Start with whichever one you want.
To the Bobby one, well, yes and no. Yeah, sometimes it is, a bit of luck there with the referee, or with injuries. But that's football. It's not excuses for me. I don't need to make excuses. We either play well and we win, or we play bad and we lose, or we get a point, or whatever. But I don't look at it that way. Bobby looks at it that way. He said, I remember he always says that against Arsenal. Every time we play them, he always says that. So he obviously sees something there. But yeah, for me, no, I don't look at it that way. But the other question about Palmer, no, I don't think Palmer is mentally tired. Palmer loves playing football. He's not mentally tired. He enjoys playing football, loves playing football. Yeah, his confidence is low, but once he scores that first goal, he'll get back to his best. He's too good of a player, and he's already done that this season. Early in the season, we saw how good he was earlier in the season. So it's not like he hasn't done it this season, and he was only last season. So he's already done it this season. Yeah, he's in a really bad slump at the moment. A bit too long for my liking as well, but he'll get back to his best. But no, I don't think he's mentally tired. I don't think he needs a break. I think he's fine. He's a very simple guy. If you guys watched him in interviews and how he speaks and how he thinks, he's a very, very simple guy. He very simple. I don't know what else I can say. I don't want to say something bad, but he's a quite simple guy. He just looks at football, goes plays, does his thing. Not too much bothers him, to be honest. So yeah, I think he's fine. I don't think I would definitely, if there's a penalties on the field, he will be taking the next penalty. He scored 12 penalties in a row. He's got the record, the most penalties. He's missed one. Well, okay, he's got the record. He was the best. He's missed one penalty. I'll take the guy that misses 1 in 12 every day. So yeah, I would definitely put him in to take another penalty click. And there's no one really. I know we're talking about rotations. There's no one really to play in that position as well. He's the best for that position. It's either KDH comes in that position, and I think Bobby will not like that one, or and Kunku plays there, which we've seen him play earlier in the season and in the preseason. And yeah, he wasn't good. He's not a creator, and Kunku cannot create anything from that position. You saw it today as well. He was central. He was basically most of that game centrally in that 10 position, with Palmer next to him. So he's got someone he can link up with, and Enzo right there as well. Nope, he can't do it. He's not a creator. He's not a creative player. Which the most thing that surprises me about Nkunku, he's not a creative. He's not even creating, as in creating a shot. He's hardly shooting. He's not shooting, which is very unlike him. So I would not play him there. I would still stick with Palmer. Once he gets the next goal, and he will turn. He will turn. He's too good of a player. He's got, he's way too good. He will, and once he gets one again, he'll go on a run again, 100%.
Yeah, Heston, you could, even before he took that penalty, people were posting on X, he's gonna miss it because he was clear. His body language and the fact that he's been performing badly of late, it was easy to sense that he was gonna miss that
Even
one.
I said that to you in private chat. I told you
Yeah,
he's
and
going to
I
miss.
told you how I told my son that he was
You
gonna
told your
miss
son
it.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, he doesn't take penalties like that. As soon as I saw him for the run up, that's not how he takes penalties. His body was closed. He was looking down. That's not how he takes penalties. He's never taken a penalty like that. So I knew he's like straight away when the run up started. Yep, he's missing that. That's not how he takes penalties. So yeah, I think he was trying to really push that in. He made his mind up to go there from a long time ago. The penalty took a bit longer because the keeper was a bit cheeky. Got him to move the ball a couple of times. He used all his experience and tried to put him off as much as possible. And yeah, that's not his type of thing. He's not that type of guy that thinks way ahead and puts it there. He's a guy that just spontaneously will just change his mind in the last split second and put it on the other side or somewhere. Yeah, so that whole run up was, yeah, very, I knew straight away. But like I said, it will only take one goal and it will come. It will definitely come and he will be back to his best. I have no doubt.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ty. I'm going to come back to you, Ty. Would you say we were denied a penalty or two? I'll say definitely one. Who was that saying? I saw somebody say something to the effect of a different set of rules for Liverpool and the other for Chelsea. Ty, do you think we were denied at least one penalty?
Could you remind me of the incident you're talking about?
The handball one, at least.
No, it wasn't handball, that one. No.
How about I think the other one was who was it again? Cole Palmer.
Yeah. For me,
What do you,
no. No.
yeah,
Both
go
no.
ahead.
For me,
Even
both
that
no.
one,
I don't know
no.
about Ty, but for me, both no.
I don't think the contact is even the penalty that was given. I don't think any were penalties. The contact on Sancho, that one definitely wasn't a penalty to me. I don't think there was enough contact to warrant it being it. I don't think the other one with Palmer was. I don't think the contact just was enough to say that yeah, that's a penalty. So no, I don't think there was any
You don't
robbery.
think the Sanchez one was a penalty? Sancho, sorry.
Well, I don't know if it's because it was showed again in slow motion, but like there is contact. I'm not saying that it didn't that
He stood on his
equal.
foot, Ty, so yeah, it's a penalty. Come on.
Well, I
Yes, he
don't know. It
embellished
just
it. He embellished it, but that's what good players do. You go down on that situation. You get the penalty. Simple.
well, fair enough, but I just don't think the contact was enough to say that realistically because he I think if he actually brought him down because there's a 2 seconds pause in between and then Sancho decides to go down, which
Slow motion. Yeah,
in
it's slow
football
motion.
context then that's the case.
There was
You go
contact
down.
though, Ty.
He stood on his foot though, so that's. I mean, he stood
Yeah.
on his foot. He
More
stomped
importantly,
on
there
his
was
foot. What
contact.
else more do you want? Like I don't know. That's a clear penalty
All
to
right,
me.
all right. Let me ask you this question then. Let me go back to this incident. Jurgensen versus Ipswich Town. Liam Delap goes down. There's contact. Was that a penalty?
If there's contact, it's a penalty.
It depends
Yes,
on the
and
contact. There are
yes,
other things that come, other factors you have to calculate.
All right. So
that's
so
that's a
with
smart
the
striker. He won that penalty. The striker won that penalty.
with the penalty or with the touch on Sancho, the side of the foot, the left side of the foot was there's contact there. I'm not arguing that there was no contact there. I'm just saying that the level of contact and how he went down, I don't think he was encroaching the player. He was preventing the player from progressing. The intent was to win the ball, yes, and he touched the player. He caught the player. I just don't think the contact itself was enough to say that okay, that is worthy of a penalty. But at the end of the day, that's just what I think. I just want to quickly
That
add something to what
that
Bobby
actually
said there.
hurts. That actually hurt him. If
Oh
someone
no, no,
stomps on your foot, that hurts. And you saw Sancho; he was hobbling for a while. That actually
yeah,
hurt.
yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That there was contact. It's just a case of what the pain is real. The actual contact was painful. I know that. It's just a case of the way in which he went down. More so,
He
if you say
embellished.
about the
Yeah.
pain, the reason he went down was because of the pain, not because of the contact preventing him from going any further. It's the pain then, based on what you just said. Because looking
But
back at
isn't
it,
pain contact, Ty? Sorry.
no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying in order for it, the context of what happens that you bring down the player. That is how penalty. Because if it's a case where a person elbows you in the back, you wouldn't say, "Oh, that's a penalty," and he's standing up. The reason he went down was the agony of that contact, not because he was brought down. That is what I'm saying. So the contact was there, yes, but at the end of the day, I just didn't think it was a penalty. But I'm not gonna stress it any further
Okay. No,
because
that's your opinion. That's fine. No,
yeah.
I thought it. For me, clear penalty. Yes, he embellished it, but that's what a good player does. You go down when that happens, because if you don't go down, it's not a penalty. You go down, it's a penalty. So
I mean, if you see the opportunity, you make the most of it.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that he shouldn't have. I'm just saying that in terms
Mhm.
of it, realistically, it shouldn't be a penalty because he wasn't brought down. He went down because of the contact. That
Yeah.
sounds that's bad
that
wording.
didn't sound good, Ty. Sorry.
It's bad wording. What? All right. The contact was there. The problem is that he went down because of the pain, not because he was brought down.
Well, how does pain occur?
No, all right. The contact is how the pain came, but I'm saying the contact doesn't warrant a penalty because the contact did not trip the player and allow him to have to go down. He had to go down because of the pain. Unless you're saying that penalties should be a case of if you cause the player any pain at all, it should be a penalty. Because
So did it
that
stop
is
his movement? Let me put it to you. Did he stop his movement because he was in pain because he got his foot stepped on?
yes.
Oh,
So
well, there
so
you
so,
go. That's
so
clear there. That's a penalty. That's the letter of the law.
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just wanted to
I know
quickly
what you're
add this
trying to say. Yeah,
if I
sorry. I
may.
know what you're trying to say, but yeah, look, it's I get it. I know what you're trying to say, but it is a penalty for me, clear penalty. I don't know about coach. Bobby didn't
No,
see it, unfortunately.
that
He
was a
didn't watch
clear
the
penalty
replay.
for me. Yeah, he stepped on his feet, on his foot, right? Again, I have to see it again, which
Yeah, he
impedes him.
stomped on his foot pretty
Yeah.
hard, actually, as well. Yeah.
So that impedes him. That he wouldn't be able to do anything else at that particular point. So clear penalty. Actually, I've seen worse given as penalty. But I understand where Ty is coming from. It's usually not that straightforward, really.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lucilla, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Enzo Fernandez, coach, from the painting you posted the other day.
Okay.
Okay, now I get it. I
I
love
get it
that
now.
guy.
Yep.
He's one of our best players so far. He's been since the start of the season. I watched the game, but with the poor form, it would be a surprise if Chelsea can qualify for the next Champions League. Here's the thing: at this point, it's not just about us. We win, we hope for others to falter, just like we were hoping for Man City to lose. It's not like we're there and we have about four 6 points again gap between us. No cushion. Like for in the next game now, if we draw, Man City win, we're in trouble. Or if we lose, they win, we're in trouble. There are other teams, just a few points disparity between teams are jam packed up there, if that makes sense. So it's not entirely in our hands. We just have to hope and pray that all the teams lose. So I figured out why Nightbot refused to work, and I believe I've sorted that out. What else do we have here? Let's get the likes up, people. The likes do go a long way. We have just 12 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. What else do we have here? Dante Nkunku cannot create. He's not a striker. Then what is his usefulness? Here's the thing. As much as I believe in a fluid approach, I'm not one of those to complain that a player is being played out of position. But one thing I think the manager should do, since he hasn't worked on the flanks, bring him central. And since it's a fluid approach, you can always drift to the right or left to enjoy the game, drop deep to collect the ball and enjoy the game. But he hasn't been able to do that, to me, which you can interpret as being him showing that he's not happy to be playing on the flanks.
Well, that's
But
what happened today, coach. Exactly what
mhm.
happened today. He played central, drop deep.
Did it? Yeah, I mean, then I need to watch it again.
Yep, that was his game today. He played as a number 10 next to Fing. He dropped when Cucurella was the left wing. He was inside. Then he dropped deep to get the ball. He was basically playing in that position, that 10 as well. So,
But still
I
wasn't
mean,
as effective as expected.
we've seen him many times not play well there, and he's played there quite a few times. So he hasn't played well there. He hasn't played as a striker. And Kunku needs a striker up front, a more big physical striker like he had at Leipzig. Okay, that's how he plays. He's a second
So he's
striker.
best. In other words, you're saying he's best utilized as a second striker.
Second striker, not a 10 to create. A second striker playing off a big guy up the front that holds the ball up, that can lay it off for him, that can, like a Lukaku or someone like that, or like he had Paulsen at Leipzig all the time. That's how he played his best football. That was his position. And yes, like Bobby said earlier, he played on the wings, but that was a long time ago. People forgetting he's 28 nearly. He's nearly 28. He's not young anymore. He did play on the wings quite a bit earlier on when he was a bit more mobile, a bit more. He was much thinner frame. He was much faster. That's changed. His body's changed. He's much more mature now. He's not. He's not a speedster anymore. He hasn't got that speed. So yes, he played his best football as a second striker. You need a big guy up front to play in a system like that for him for that to play his best football. We don't have that. That's not a system we play, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you're in the comment section and you have any questions, drop it and we'll try to address it. Nightbot is not working. Is everyone go and subscribe to Chelsea FC Jingles? Let's help him grow. Link there, provided just below that comment. Kendurance is saying Sancho got his foot stomped on the lap of felt a shoelace. That's a serious way to counter you, Ty. That's a very funny one. Felt the shoelace on him and dived. Wow.
And what does a good striker do? Gets a penalty in that situation. It doesn't matter if it's a shoelace. If there's a minimal contact, he wasn't going to get the ball. He went down. He got the penalty.
But the thing is with that too, he started going down before Jurgen even touched
he
him.
did.
So
yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. That was a professional dive. It was a professional, that a striker that knows what he's doing, he's going to get those, and he gets a goal. It happens all the time. So I would want my player to go down in that situation as well. You're not getting the ball, go down. You get a penalty. I'm happy. You score a goal, penalty. You've done your job.
Here's something for you. I'm quite sure if Bobby watched that game, I'm quite sure he'd be on my side. He'd be arguing that we were. You can say we were. What's the language I'm looking for? Am I losing it? We were denied a penalty. I'm quite sure, but Bobby didn't watch it, so it's just me alone. Maybe thinking that for me was a handball. I get it, but
which one, coach? In this game?
Yeah,
the one that hit his back and then hit his elbow.
What did you say?
The one that hit him in the back, his bum, basically.
His elbow?
And then he touched his elbow. Is that the one you're talking about?
Did he touch? No, sorry. Did he touch his back before his elbow? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. He hit his back first, then he went on to his elbow. It can't be a penalty.
All right. Let's see what else we have here. The beautiful game is saying we have to get used to the agenda against Chelsea. Penalties must never be given, and Anthony Taylor must referee all key features. Yeah. Vic.
That's true. That one. Yes.
Where is Vic? Namaya Fowler wants to fight with you. So if you are in the comment section and you have a question, drop it. Otherwise, we'll be rounding up soon. Ty, anybody else on the panel have any other question? Bobby, do you have any questions? But let's talk about, for me, I'd say, what's his name? Fofana. He was good. He made a difference in terms of the solidity of our defensive line. Even though he was bumping forward and back, I was actually at some point concerned he was going to get injured before the game ends, given how much running he did. But yeah, if he can stay fit, I think he will go a long way for us.
It was good, nothing special. It was just a good, okay performance. Didn't do nothing special. Wasn't put under too much pressure, to be honest. So
you don't like him, do you?
It wasn't. Yeah, KK Fofana. You talking about?
I did not say anything like that.
No, he played okay, coach. He had a pretty okay game, but like I said, nothing special. But for the first time back in a long time, that's considered a pretty good game. So yeah, not bad.
Why is Caicedo the top-rated player here? 8.6. I disagree.
Yeah, and Enzo got an assist as well, and yeah, I'm surprised that one. He did put a lot of.
Shocked, yeah.
He won a lot of balls back, a lot of challenges. He did win a lot from when I watched. So maybe that adds to the stats quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at Fofana's numbers here. He played for how many minutes?
73
minutes, and he's still just 24. Total shots 1. I don't remember that shot. Let's see. Accurate passes 56 out of 59. 95% pass accuracy. You could say probably 50% of those safe option passes. Let's go to the defensive aspect of the whole thing. Attack a big okay. 71 touches, one touch in the opposition box. Successful dribbles, 1 out of 1. Passes into the final third. That's 8. That's a high. Yeah.
Yeah, he pushed forward
Anything
a
that's
lot.
important there? Defense. Tackles 1, didn't attempt any. Clearances 2. Headed clearances. Really he's excellent. He's better than Levi Cole. Well, even Badiashile, he's better than Badiashile aerially. The person that competes with him aerially would be Tosin, and Tosin has the height for it. Headed
Yeah, he's
clearances 1.
aggressive. He's aggressive with
Sorry,
his headers. Yeah,
sorry. What were you saying?
he's aggressive. That makes him makes him look better. But he's not taller than them, but he's very aggressive. When he goes for a header, he goes for it very aggressively. He doesn't back out,
Mhm.
and he doesn't really look or care. He just goes for the header. So yeah, he's very fearless when it comes to that.
Yeah. 1 interception, defensive actions, 4 in total recoveries, 3 duels, 4 duels, 1, 3 duels lost. Ground duels 1, 2 out of 4, 50%, not bad. Area duels 1, 3 out, 2 out of 3, 67%. That's fine. He was fouled 1 time, fouls committed 1 time. I think he had a good game for a player who's been out for a while. He didn't look out of place. I just hope that the fact that he was taken off was just a precautionary measure, not just that he sustained another injury. But these days, I don't trust them to play that much and not get injured. And
Planned, coach.
he
He
ran
said
a
it was
lot.
planned.
He did run a lot too.
Yeah, it was planned. There was a planned substitution. He said that already. So that's yeah, it was a planned. It was always coming off in the 70th minute.
Yeah, Sancho 8.0, even without an assist or a goal. I think we should look at his numbers. What do you think? It's if anybody, Ty, if you have any questions, or Bobby, if he has any questions, he can tell us. Dante, should we look at Sancho's numbers?
I think Bobby's watching the game. Are you watching the replay, Bobby?
Possibly. He's on mute. So let's look.
Not
Yeah, go
not
ahead.
yet, not yet. I'm listening because I didn't watch it. I'm picking up from what you guys are saying,
Yep.
so I'm good. When I've got a question, I'll
All right.
jump in.
All right, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. So let's see. Look at the Sancho's numbers. He played 90 minutes, goals none, assists none, total shots 1, accurate passes 37 out of 42, 88%. That's excellent. Chances created 3 in total. Penalties 1. You could arguably one of our best players on the day, but Cucurella scored. I'd give him that. Let's see what else we have here. Fantasy points. I don't need that. Touches 58, touches in opposition box, 7 in total. Successful dribbles, 1 out of 2, 50%. Passes into the final third, 3. He leaves there. So yeah. Accurate crosses, 0 out of 3 attempts. Was all of them practically were blocked. I remember that. Defense, what do we have here? Clearances 1, header clearances 1. I think his duels won 5, duels lost 3. Ground dues 1, 3 out of 6, 50%. Aerial dues 1, 2 out of 2. Is this guy isn't tall? How
No, he's
wow,
not
okay.
talking.
He was fouled 1 time. He had a good game, and I'd say that his defensive contributions have improved. He
Yeah,
does a lot more
yeah.
defensively.
He did. He definitely, like I said, on that right hand side, he's much more comfortable playing on that right hand side, defensively and offensively, but also defensively. He likes that side. He likes that he can come in as well. That's very important. So yeah, much more hard to pick out as a defender what he's going to do. Is he going to go left, right? Is he going in, around, on the outside, coming back? You don't know what he's going to do. So yeah, he really bamboozled them on that side. So I hopefully he sticks to that side. That's 2 games in a row now. So hopefully he stays on that side and keeps playing there.
Yeah, he looked a different player on the flanks. Ty, anything else you want to talk about, Bobby? You, anybody else before we call it a day?
No, I'm gonna try and I've been looking for extended highlights to watch. I'm gonna try and watch the game, and all eyes goes towards Copenhagen on Thursday.
I want to just quickly add this. Dante touched on it, but when Bobby had said something about hearing that Nkuku can play here, Nkuku can play there. Not just the wings in terms of the central area behind whoever's supposed to be up top. Um, when I spoke about Nkunku, for example, or with Cole Palmer rather, and not having anybody who can play in that position and offer you creativity or impact, Nkunku in that area, you're not going to get the level of creativity because in terms of dropping deep and doing that, that's not a part of his game. That's not something that he's done in recent time. But well, Dante says that he doesn't think Palmer is mentally tired. I I just don't know what you do in a case like that because even if you're not gonna bench Palmer or not play him from the start in a match, he needs some support, and Neto ideally won't be playing each and every game, so Neto will do the hard work. He's a hard working player, but in a case where you're not using Neto and you have Palmer playing, who's gonna help him with doing that work other than an Enzo? That's my question.
Yeah, look, Enzo, uh, Guy will be back. He's probably be back for the next game. Actually, he's been training all week, so he's back. He presses a lot from the front, so that will help a lot. He'll get some game time maybe because of that. Yeah, look, it's a good question, and it is a little bit of a problem because we don't have anyone. Look, KDH is the other one. If he plays there, he can play there. That's his preferred position. But Bobby will get steam coming out of his ears if he sees that one.
KDH is not a footballer. Sorry. He should play. He should go and he's a ballet dancer or something. I don't know what he is. He's not a footballer.
So that's the other option, KDH, yes, to play there next to him, which he would do more than Nkunku. He does more and he's done more and he's proven that he can play that position much better. So yeah, he can do that. But there's no other real other options in that position, to be honest. Yeah, so
Just quickly before we round off, I think it's important to recognize, you can say, how Enzo Fernandez has gone from strength to strength. He started the season well. He's
yeah.
continued in that trajectory. If anytime he didn't perform well, his poor performances didn't last long. He's been our best player since Maresca took over, in my opinion.
Yeah,
One of our best players.
one of our best players, 100%. You saw him today as well. He was one of the best players on the field today as well. I think him, Cucurella, Caicedo, probably Neto. Those were the four players that were really, when we were speaking man of the match with Ty on his watch along. It was them for Enzo. It was between Enzo, more Enzo and Cucurella, to be honest. Which
I
was
hope
man.
Caicedo didn't get a card.
No, he didn't. No,
He finished, but it was close.
yeah, no, but he didn't. So that's a big
But
bonus.
he did.
Yes. So yeah, Enzo Fernandez, yeah, been amazing. Yeah, especially lately again. Yeah, very very good. Full of energy. You can see him running. He's running forward. He's actually running back a lot. Not sure if you guys can see the difference in his fitness. I was talking about that.
Oh
He's a
yeah, he looks
he's
like
a much better player.
yeah, it looks like he installed a new set of wheels.
Yeah, he's getting back. He's going forward, pushing up. He's all over the place. He's probably one of our most energetic players at the moment that can run all over the pitch and do. And he really wasn't that type of player before. People are saying Maresca has not improved anyone in no way. Well, Enzo Fernandez for me is that one of those players that has improved dramatically. So I think he's been much better this season. Like you said, one of our best players. Physically as well, I think he's improved quite a lot. And yeah, and goals and assists as well, of course. So, and yeah, one of our best midfielders for sure. Him and
Yes,
Caicedo, yeah,
yeah.
amazing.
Here's the thing: he's improved physically, yeah, but the thing remains he's always been a physical player. But as something that's typical of South American players. In most cases, they'd rather draw a foul than start a fight with you. And I've told people that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he can
yeah, yeah.
shoot the ball effectively. He can stick it out with you if you want to, but they'd rather draw a foul and get you carded than fight with you in most cases. I've been telling people that, and I've heard the argument I made the last time we debated with, I think it was Calito, saying he's too slow, and I told him, look, this guy is far quicker than Cesc Fabregas in his prime. He has a lot more.
Yeah, and
To his game
Jorginho
out
and
beyond
yeah,
passing, his ability to pass the ball. He's quicker, yeah, more
yeah,
physical.
it is. Yeah.
So he has the opportunity to do better than Fabregas did in the Premier League, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, it's all about system and obviously how you play and who's he's playing with. But yeah, plus he's entering that age now, coach. Let's not forget he was still a very young player, but now he's entering that age. Like I'll keep saying, when you enter that age, 23, 24, you develop your, like I keep coming back to, your tank. You can run a lot more. You feel stronger, your body. That's the age when you kind of start really, getting into starting your prime there, that sort of 24 and up. So yeah, it makes a big difference. And you can see that physically he's much quicker. He's a little bit, not much slimmer, but hey, 1 kilogram makes a big difference at that level. Looks a little bit fitter, but his tank, he can run back now. Before he couldn't do that. You play him an attacking midfielder, he's not going to get back. Now he can get back and cover space and defend as well. So yeah, he's improved a lot. One of our best players this season, definitely. Yeah.
You were tempted to say he's lost some meat, but you controlled yourself.
I'm trying to. You said you're going church. It is Sunday, coach. Sunday.
Look at Ty is dying. He forgot he's on camera today. All right. Thank you so much. It's been an excellent discussion. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join us on the panel. And don't forget, the Chelsea Alliance show is back next. The coming Friday will be on Tobeho's YouTube channel. After that, it will be on Ty's YouTube channel. We have all the members who will also be hosting. It will be traveling from channel to channel until we figure out that it's not going to be an issue to stream simultaneously on our respective channels once we're on, but still it's not an issue. It's something special. The Chelsea Alliance show, aka the Blue Alliance show, believe me, is something special. The start might be slow, but you don't want to miss it. Once again, thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Constantine Dunn. And thank you to all of you in the chat. Thank you to my bro, Namaya Fawale, the Blue Tiffle Game, Condurance. Vic was here. Vic lost a fight and run away. I'm going to tell him that. Who else was here?
Yeah.
A lot of people. Lusula. Tommy was also here.
We went to watch some Poch highlights.
Yeah, okay. Charles. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and I would have loved this storm. Every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside, like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky. Rise. Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to them, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame flying like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to them, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame flying like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm. Every form says to bed, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never